What is going on, y'all? Goofy Rexy here, and hope everybody is doing well. So in today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about some of the versatile early free-to-play characters that you can use in Marvel Strike Force. Now, this game, of course, is a hero collector game, and we got to catch them all, right? But the issue is, as an early player, and definitely as a free-to-play player, you know, it's kind of harder for you to be able to get those characters that you need to build out fully synergized teams. So what are your options? What can you do to maximize the usage, you know, on your roster with the characters that are available to you? So we're going to be talking about that today in this video. Now, not every character on this list is probably going to be a character that you're going to use late game, but that's not important. You know, you can't only invest into characters that are going to be good late game. You have to invest into characters that can get some things done for you right now and do it in an efficient way, right? So we're gonna dive into the list here. The first character on the list for me is Minerva. Now, Minerva does not fit the whole you can't use her late game thing, obviously, but we'll get into the list and talk about some other characters later. Now, Minerva for me I still think she's the best healer in the game. I know Doc Ock is great. I understand that Mr. Sinister is fantastic, but maybe I have a personal bias. I really do like Minerva a lot. She's a War Store farm now, so she's definitely free to play viable. That wasn't the case before. But yeah, I would say for the War Store, you're still going to want to primarily farm Sif. That is your main farm to get Black Bolt. But if you can at least spend some of your War Store credits when you finally get there to land Minerva, at least just unlock her, I think that will go a long way for your roster. Like I said, she's one of the best support characters, one of the best healer characters in this game. She can help you in a lot of different game modes. Your arena, she can help with some sustain, as a part of your arena team. If some of you who are following my beginner series right now, then I'm using her on a team with Captain America, with Hulk, with Thor, with Sif, and she's providing a lot of really good sustain. Sometimes she reses some characters, that die. So she's definitely helping where that is concerned. She also does have this cosmic tag. Cosmic characters are kind of hard to come by, especially as a free-to-play player, so she provides, viability for players, to be able to get through that cosmic campaign. As you progress and start doing raids, like your Ultimates 5, your Ultimate 6s, she's going to be able to help there. She heals on kill. The 15%, health that she steals and redistributes to your team with her ultimate ability may not be great right off the bat. But once you start doing things like raids, and definitely later on when you start doing harder content like Dark Dimension, that 15% is definitely going to hold a little bit more value, which is the reason why even at 2 stars, it doesn't matter, because that 15% is still 15%, whether she's 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars. Obviously, stars matter for every character, right? But what she does is still good, even at that level. She's good for villains too. So if you struggle with some of those nodes, need some more sustain on the villains campaign because you're using Sinister 6, she also provides that value there as well. Now, the next character on my list is going to be Thor. Now, Thor is a character that you get from the login calendar. So if you're a new player, you're going to get him as a character you're going to get him as a login calendar character. If you're a returning player, you're not going to be getting that same, login character. So just kind of keep that in mind if you're a returning player to this game. But he's going to be one of your first primary damage dealers that you're going to be able to get. He has synergy with 2 teams in this game. So the Wave 1 Avengers team right now is your beginner or recommended team, but as you progress, you're probably going to want to put him, or maybe not, but you may want at least have the option of putting him on an Asgardian team, at least at a bare minimum, to be able to unlock Black Bolt later, right? So yeah, he has synergy with 2 different teams. The specialty for him is that, if he's on those teams and those teams are taking hits, Wave 1 or Asgardian characters, he is going to be able to build up those charges and then do big damage. But for me, he's a cosmic character. He's also a mystic character. So that makes him very versatile for me for free-to-play players and for early game, because you don't necessarily have really good options for mystic or cosmic in the early part of the game. So having Thor to be able to get you through some of that content, I think, is extremely valuable, on your roster. He's also a blaster, so for your blaster challenge, which is one of the hardest challenges, if probably not the hardest challenge that you have to do, in this game, just specifically challenges, you have Thor, who is a blaster that can help to get you through some of those earlier tiers, maybe not the later tiers, but some of those earlier tiers he can definitely help you with. Now, the next character on my list here is Juggernaut. Now, I love Juggernaut a lot. I think, he's probably one of the best protectors, one of the best tanks in this game. He's a better tank he's a better tank off of his BH 2.0 team than, he's a better tank outside of that team than he is on that team. And primarily that's because of Magneto. Magneto speeds up this man through his taunt way too much. So when you have him on a different team, he actually holds that taunt for a little bit longer. He's super tanky, has high armor. So, he's going to be a hoss to break down, man. But the other thing for me, what makes him versatile is that, yes, he's a villain character, but you're probably already got through villains already by the time that you got Juggernaut, but he is a mystic character. So you can use him for your mystic campaign. And once again, hard to find those characters for those type of campaigns early, especially as a free-to-play player. So yes, Juggernaut provides you that value as a mystic character that you can use, for that campaign. Also, when you're looking to 3-star that Hela node for villain 7-6, he is absolutely a character that you should be using. I actually have a video, and I'm going to link it over here. 148k team that I use to 3-star the Hela 7-6 node. Use Jugs and another character that I'm going to be mentioning on this list a little bit later on. They're very good for that. But yes, good versatile character, for those particular reasons. Global too, so you can use them in some of those Greek rates a little bit later on as well. And of course, you can use them to unlock, Magneto. Next character on this list is my guy here, Mordo, who I really do like a lot. I think he's an underrated character in this game, and I think it's just because maybe he lacks health. He's a little bit of a squishy character, as you can see, level 63, gear tier 11, and with level 2 ISOs in him, and he only has 118,000 health. But nevertheless, man, he's really still a very good kit-based character that provides a lot of control. He's one of those characters that I use on that 148k team to unlock Hela. I'm going to link it over here. I pointed over here earlier. I'm going to link it over here up top so that you guys can take a look at that video, after you're done watching this here. But yeah, man applies stuns, he applies blinds, and he applies slows. That gives you control, right? If you can use them with other characters that can extend those, like Scarlet Witch on the Supernatural team, that is incredibly useful, as a part of that team. The blinds, the stuns, I find to be the most valuable things that he does with his kit. He typically tends to land those a lot as well. There's also a 2-turn heal block, which I find to be very big. You can also use them on a Hela Natural team later too. So once again, late game viable, on a War Offense team. Hela Natural team is a Supernatural team. With Hela, you replace Elsa Bloodstone. You're probably just wondering, like, what the hell? What is Hela Natural team, right? But that's what the team is. He also has that Cosmic Mystic tag as well, so you can use them in those campaign nodes. Once again, free-to-play option that you have available in the Arena store. Definitely should be part of your Arena store plan to farm, because he also does help to unlock Phoenix as well. So yes, he's definitely a really good character. Mystic villain character that you can use, to unlock Hela. I think I've already said that already. Let's move on to the next character, guys. Next character on this list for me is Baron Zemo. And Baron Zemo is new for me on this list because obviously before he was not farmable, but now he is in the raid store. Now, you're probably not going to be able to go right out of the gate and start farming Baron Zemo. You're going to need to get into a good alliance first. You're going to need to make sure, that you're able to get a good amount of raid credits. You're probably going to have to start opening up raid orbs first before you can actually target farm, raid characters. But once you can, you try to grab the man Baron Zemo, right? Because Baron Zemo, I think, will give you a lot of, like I said, versatile usage. That's the theme of this video, right? Versatile usage in this game. I think for Arena, he'll give you some very good Arena dominance. If you don't know about this kit, on spawn, he's clearing positive effects and doing, damage, with his passive ability. He's also doing a turn 1 ability block. He's a very fast character, so there's a few different things that he does. He wrecks minions. So once you get to Villains Chapter 7 and you're looking for an option, I used to say use AIM, use a hybrid Sinister 6 team to get it done. No, use Zemo and 4 other characters. He's going to wreck, because there's a lot of minions in those nodes, and he's absolutely going to take care of that for you. So Zemo, vote Zemo. Once you also get to RTA as well, you're going to be able to use You know, he's a phenomenal PvP character. You're probably not going to have a wide enough roster to really be able to compete at that level. So you're probably going to want to target more getting knockouts and things like that, right? So Zemo is an option for you to farm and to use, you know, from that raid store. So that's the reason why he's definitely on this list. Also a war character. As a war character, as a standalone war character, he's also very, 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 very good. You know, so keep that in mind, you know, as you move forward. Kind of gives you that first option as a war offense team there. Next character on this list here is Black Widow. Now, I kind of almost held back on not putting her on this list because right now, you know, she is available in Villains 1.9, but that is because of Doom's influence that is active right now. So I don't know how viable she's going to be as a free-to-play character moving forward. But as it stands right now, she got to be on this list for me. She's a part of the Wave 1 Avengers team, recommended beginner team. Once you get her, though, you can use her in a few different areas of the game. She has phenomenal synergy with Hawkeye. You know, they're kind of like I don't want to say they're the Corvus and Proxima 2.0 because they're not as good, but they're pretty good, you know, with their synergy, you know, also being able to assist. Actually, they assist a little bit more, you know, once you T4 both the passives later on, you know, you're going to have an option there to get constant assists from both of them. There's a lot of things that Black Widow does for a team. So she may not necessarily be more of a versatile plug and play character in different game modes, but she's more of a versatile kit character. You know, she applies speed up, you know, to other characters that are around her. She also does stun and she applies bleeds. She's able to also clear and then copy positive effects with her basic abilities. So for that reason, she definitely, for me, has to show up on this list. She's also used a lot right now in Dark Dimension, like late game content, Dark Dimension 4, you know, so like I said, free to play option. I think you should be grabbing Black Widow and that you should be using her on your team. And I guess we can group both of them together in Black Widow and Hawkeye as well. You know, Wave 1 Avengers, you know, also on this list. Next character on this list for me here is Miles. I know Miles is a little controversial. You're probably looking at me right now like, are you serious, bro? Miles? Spider-Man Miles? Hear me out. Hear me out. Once again, not necessarily plug and play in different areas of the game, but more so versatile kit that you can get some good usage out of, right? And we're going to talk about it. With his special ability, Venom Shock, the man is able to reduce speed bar by 50%. You don't think that that's valuable to stop a tank from throwing up taunt by reducing the speed bar, or stopping a character from doing some crazy damage, or from getting offense up or defense? Listen, being able to stop a character and control the match by reducing speed bar by 50. I know it's just one character, right? But that's a big deal, 50%. And then he's also applying slow. If they have a negative effect, he's also prolonging it by one more turn. And then he's gaining stealth, which is very important because the man's like paper. So therefore, you kind of want him to gain some stealth. You know what I mean? Like, it's the point of the matter is, though, he has a very versatile kit. I used to use him, you know, on the I used to use him earlier, you know, on a CM low-key Drax team. Defenders were like really popular back then. People used to want to use defenders a lot of the times in arena. And I was like, no, you won't. I'm going to slow down Luke Cage. And then, you know, I'm going to disrupt Luke Cage. So then Luke Cage never went. He never put defense up. He never got taunt. Like, it was good for me, right? So he's a very good kit. Disrupt with his ultimate ability. He gains extra focus to be able to get this done. He's also a hero brawler character, Young Avenger character. Miss Marvel with hero brawlers is kind of like really attractive to watch, you know, so check it out a little bit later on. Really good kit though, guys, that I think that you should definitely consider. And also, let's say that you can get Sinister Six characters, you know, he can also help to unlock Shuri too. So not Invisible Woman, you still need Sinister Six or Invisible Woman, but at least with Shuri, you can just use Spider-Verse characters, you know, to unlock Shuri. So, you know, Miles fits that bill on that list. Now, next and the last character on this list, we're probably talking about some honorable mentions, but it's Captain America. She's not Captain America. Good Lord. Captain Marvel is on this list. CM. Now, I know, once again, another power creep character. But like I said in this list, from the very beginning, just because you're using them in the early part of the game, or just because you can't use them late game, or they're not necessarily late game viable, doesn't mean that they're not helpful and useful for your roster in the very beginning, right? Especially as free to play. You can't be that picky, but CM is a good character. She's a turn 1 ult. The turn 1 ult is stupid. It's very good. It's very helpful. I think if you're looking for some early burst damage, being able to clear and clean out one character, I think that the turn 1 ult is absolutely good. With her special ability, she's also able to clear positive effects. So I find that to be extremely valuable. If you put her with other military characters, she also gives a little bit of a boost to military characters with health. I think it's like 15% health and then 10% damage. If you T4, I think it goes up a little bit more than that. No, I lied. That's not true. But at least at level 4, she's going to be able to give, some boosted health and then some boosted damage here. I am currently right now, she's a cosmic character too. So you can see the cosmic character, so she's also able to, help me in that cosmic campaign, on my baby account as well. And she, with that first turn 1 ult, is really kind of the reason why I'm able to clear some of characters that could be potentially dangerous later on if I kind of let them just sit around and stay there. So I think, Captain Marvel, while she's not necessarily the best character, she's power crept, right? She's very usable. In the early part of the game, she's also a brawler, so you can use on a hero brawlers team as well. If we start doing gamma raids early, she's a Kree character, so you can use her, in the Kree lane, for gamma raids, which, by the way, is a horrible lane to go through. So it's tough. It's tough. Just do your best. Just do your best, guys. But you get her through the Widowmaker calendar. You're good once you start playing the game. I think a couple weeks in or a month in or so, you do get the Widowmaker calendar, and you're gonna be able to unlock her and definitely use her. But yeah, good free to play option in my personal opinion. This ends the list. I thought about a couple other characters on this list, but I was like, I'm not gonna add him. Like Mr. Sinister. I thought about Mr. Sinister. He's available for farm. He's free to play technically, in the War Store as well. But first of all, can we get some characters out of the War Store, man? Or give us a War Store character orb, please. But Mr. Sinister is an option, and he's available, so you can grab him there. But I do think that he's more mid to late game viable. You need good stars and good red stars on him. You need a T4, his ultimate ability. So I just thought that he's a better character if you use him at the later part of the game. He can give you some usage early game, but I just think that overall, if you want Mr. Sinister to really be Mr. Sinister, you want to have him sort of mid game-ish, at least being able to T4 that ult, I think is valuable. He's a very good Dark Dimension character as well. I also thought about Venom. Now, Venom, I know, not a top echelon character, but usable character that you can get in the Nexus 6-9, which is a little bit later on. So that's the reason why I kind of kept him off this list. But I do think that Venom is so he's not free to play early. I think the first day when you log in, you can purchase him for like $5 or $3, get him unlocked. He can spread negative effects. He can flip positive effects. He can, apply ability block. He has self-sustain with healing himself too. I just thought that he would be a good, decent villain character if you're struggling, in some areas. He also has if there's other Spider-Verse characters, he'll also increase his focus, too, by 100%, which means that you'll be able to land and flips, more of those positive effects, or land some of his debuffs, a little bit better, because he's with other Spider-Verse characters. Obviously works best with the symbiotes, but at least Symbiote Spider-Man is not free to play, and definitely not Anti-Venom or Scream, because they're just not farmable. So they are fountainable though in orbs. But yeah, I also thought about potentially maybe Miss Marvel because of just the hero brawler synergy, and her also just being a hero character. If she's paired with other hero characters, then she's also going to be able to, if they go below 50%, then she's going to be able to, she's going to taunt, she's going to auto taunt. And then that is going to prevent some of your other hero characters from getting hit. She also does have very good hero brawler synergy. So she'll assist, and can also gain an assist on other hero brawlers turns. She's also a character that can be used for your block party event too, along with Miles, as well. So, I just thought about a few different options there that could definitely work for you guys. But who did I miss on this list? Let me know, guys, if there's a character or two that I missed from this list. Just thought that this would be a helpful list for you guys. Appreciate you guys watching so very, very much. Y'all be blessed and y'all be safe.